Hey guys, welcome to another video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber, and so far on this channel I've just been doing art process videos with a voiceover, so very chill. You can just watch my videos, have a cup of tea, do some art at the same time, something like that. But this time it's going to be a little bit different. As you may have guessed by the title, I've got a little art haul for you today. Well, for me, I suppose. So I got some Jackson's Art gift cards for Christmas, and I wanted to show you what I bought with them. So first of all, I got this new watercolour set from Daniel Smith. These are my first ever Daniel Smith watercolours, so I'm really excited about that. I got the portable painter, which I've seen and heard so many amazing things about. And then also just a couple more Daniel Smith watercolours. A very quick art haul and very small. It's a mini art haul. I'll talk about all the colours I got a little bit later when I swatch them, but I've just been really getting into my watercolours again lately, and I thought I've got these vouchers and it was like a burning hole in my pocket. I felt like I needed to spend them on some new art supplies. I also got a small pan of this Roman Szmal Misty Morning watercolour, and I've got to say it's probably my favourite and most used watercolour I've ever had. I can't wait to show you that. So, starting off with the portable painter, I've been seeing these around on YouTube and Instagram for years, and I've always wanted one, but never really thought I would need one, because obviously they are more for plein air painting and going outside and painting, so I never bought one. But now I thought I'm just going to go for it, and I'm just going to get myself one, and I am pleasantly surprised. I would say they are quite pricey for an empty watercolour palette, but it's one of those things I feel like you'd invest in, and if you do go outside and paint, or even like to paint on your sofa or in bed, it's a really handy, neat little gadget. It's not really a gadget, I suppose, but it's a neat little tool, definitely. Really interesting little palette to have. It comes with 12 empty half pans and also this little paintbrush. It's a double-ended brush, and one end is really small and one end is really small. It is quite a neat little brush, but I'm not sure a lot of people would get use out of a brush so small. I know that you can buy the little custom pans that fit into where that brush goes, so you can fit another 6 watercolours in there, but I couldn't get them in the UK, so I'm just going to have to make my own, I think. You also get this handy little elastic band that goes around one of the water pots, and it's ideal for keeping that little clip in. I think most people on YouTube will tell you that it's very important to keep that clip safe, because if you lose it, you can't really close this thing back up again. That little band is also really handy to maybe keep some brushes in, or pens or pencils, whatever you want really. So that is the portable painter. You just put water in either both sides or just one side, and use the other side as a pen cup or brush cup, whatever. And yeah, it's just a really neat little product, and I'm so happy with it. The reason I really wanted to buy one of these is because this year one of my biggest goals is to get outside in nature and paint more. I know that that's one thing that seems to be really missing from my life, and it keeps coming up, and I just never go outside and paint. So this year I'm going to make the effort, and I wanted a really nice set of colours and a nice palette to go and do that with. As I had the Jackson's voucher, I thought this was a perfect time to treat myself to some things like this. I also have half of my voucher left as well, so there will be another art haul coming up soon. But for now, let's move on to the watercolours. I decided to get this Haines 10 set of Daniel Smith colours, and then also the Roman Szmal Misty Morning, which I was hoping would fit in the portable painter palette, but unfortunately it doesn't. And I just want to take a little moment to appreciate the packaging that little paint come in. I love how it's got a little swatch on there, and then you can just pop it straight out the back of the packaging. That's really, really cool. I like the packaging just as much as the colour. But yes, as you can see here, I'm trying to fit it into the palette, but it doesn't really fit. And so the portable painter pans are actually a tiny bit smaller than a normal half pan, but that's okay. You can just fill them up with your own tube paints. This is my little pencil case that I'm going to rearrange and probably take out with me to paint. I like the idea of just going with a really small pencil case and traveling lightly. I think that'll be a much more accessible way to paint outside rather than overwhelming myself straight away. It's quite stuffed at the moment though, and I really don't need to take so many pens and pencils with me, so I'm definitely going to have a rearrange with that. And now it's time to fill my palette. So I wanted to buy this 10 set and then 2 other colours to fill up my portable painter, and then, as I said, I'm going to make some little mini pans somehow and try and fit some more colours in where that brush goes. The reason I bought this one set and not any of the other colours is because just because of how unique the colours are. I did so much research into different Daniel Smith colours before I made the purchase, and this set just seemed absolutely perfect for me. I don't really like your conventional usual like primaries. I really like to try and have something a little bit different and a little bit more granulating as well. My absolute favourite watercolour paints are granulating paints, and I just can't get enough of them, and this set does have a nice few granulating colours as well. Another thing I really loved about this set is this one colour opera pink. Look at how bright that is. It's just the most beautiful colour, and obviously it won't be light fast at all, but I don't really mind about that because I'm only planning to paint in a sketchbook anyways. Another reason I really wanted to get this set of watercolours is because I like to watch a lot of watercolour swatching videos on YouTube, and there is 3 colours that just come up over and over again, and that is the Imperial Purple, the Moon Glow, and also Cascade Green, and all 3 of those are in this set. So it's just the ideal set for me to start with, I think. And they are quite small tubes. They are the 5mm tubes, but that is plenty, isn't it, to just get started and to see whether you even like a colour or not. One thing I wasn't so sure about is there is 3 different greens in this set, and it might be a little bit overboard on the greens, but my favourite colours are green and purple, so even then I didn't mind. And on to the swatching. So this is the fun part. Please don't expect an aesthetically pleasing swatch here, because that is not what this is going to be. Sometimes I like and enjoy to do lovely, precise little pebbles or perfect little swatches, but today I just wanted to chuck it on the paper, pretty much. And I wanted to see how the different colours would interact with each other. So starting off with the first one, this colour is called Nickel Azo Yellow, or Nickel Azo Yellow. And what a beautiful golden colour this is. Oh my god, look at that. I'm not actually that interested in the actual pigment numbers and information, so I won't be talking about that in this video. But once you know the colours, if you do want to find out the different pigments, then you can just go and look that up yourself. This next colour is the Aussie Red Gold, and just all the colours in this set are really, really eye-catching, and this is such a beautiful orange colour. It's a bit more of a, maybe you could say a bit more of a natural orange colour, but both of those first ones, the Nickel Azo Yellow and the Aussie Red Gold, are very, very goldy, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to tell you the pigment information, but I will talk about these colours as if I'm a child looking at colour for the first time. So this next one, as you would have guessed, is the Opera Pink, and it is just the most pinkest pink I've ever owned in any art supply ever. It's beautiful, it really, really is, and you can mix it to make beautiful colours as well. And obviously, if you're not bothered about the light fastness of a colour, then I recommend getting this pink. Just get it, okay? If you even like pink, I suppose. The next colour is quinacridone, or quinacridone magenta. This magenta is a lot more, I'd say, richer and more fuller than any other quinacridone magenta I have owned before. And next up is the very famous Imperial Purple. Once these colours start to dry a little bit, you will see the granulation in this colour and also just the separation of pigments in it. It is just fascinating. I could honestly just watch these paints dry and be quite happy and content. So I have another colour just like this from Szmal, and I think it's called, one second, it's the Mineral Violet, and I actually like that a little bit more than this Imperial Purple, just because it's a little bit pinker, whereas the Imperial Purple is a little bit more of a bluish purple. But I love them still both loads. I love purple. Next up is the Moon Glow colour, and apart from that absolutely beautiful name, the colour is also lovely, and I don't actually have one like this, so I'm excited about it. It's another lovely granulating and separating colour. It's almost like a really dark version of the Szmal Misty Morning that I've got, so it's ideal really. I could do a morning version and a night version of a painting. I suppose I should just say quickly that the paper I'm working on is a Faber-Castell watercolour pad. It was just a really cheap watercolour pad I found in HomeSense. That's a little tip actually, if you're in the UK, pop in HomeSense and see what different art supplies and papers they've got in there. You can find yourself a really, really good deal. But this paper just has a nice texture, enough to really show off the granulation in the colours. So this colour now is called Lunar Blue. It's quite a dark, cool blue, and it separates almost to show like a bit of dark grey, almost like a Payne's grey in there. So when it dries, you'll see how lovely the separation in the colours look in that one. Next up is the Cascade Green, another one that I have heard so many good things about, and I am not disappointed in it. I can imagine it being used for forests and moss, or maybe seaweed, or just when it dries you'll see how those water drops that I put on there, just the effect that it makes is just incredible. The only thing I will say about the Cascade Green is it does dry a little bit duller than it is when it's wet. So I would keep that in mind, but if you are a landscape painter, I really think you will love this colour. The next one is one of my favourites in this set, and it is called Green Appetite Genuine. It's such a vibrant, beautiful green, and when dry it separates to almost have some really muted brown colours in there as well. So it's a perfect colour for like a spring painting or for floral painting. All of these colours are actually perfect for floral paintings. That is what the artist who made the set's main subject is florals and florals? Is that the way you say that? Botanicals, that's right, botanical paintings. Perfect set for botanical painters. And the last colour I'm swatching here is Undersea Green. And what else can I say about it other than it is the perfect undersea green. It really, really reminds me of crocodile skin, especially when dry. So now I'm just going to show you a few mixes. First of all, I am mixing the Nickel Azo Yellow and the Lunar Blue, and you almost get a colour very much like the Undersea Green when you mix these two together, so that's good to know. Next up, I'm mixing the Opera Pink with the Aussie Red Gold, and that creates a even more vibrant and rich orange colour. You can also mix a bit more of the Opera Pink in there to make quite a primary looking red, so that's nice to know. And then I'm just mixing a little bit of the quinacridone I can't say these words, quinacridone magenta, and with that you get a nice dark red. It's a bit like a blood colour, to be honest, but it's still nice. And that what I did there was the opera pink and a little bit of the lunar blue, and I just wanted to see what that would look like in a really light wash, and it came out like a really lovely pastel violet colour, or a lavenderish sort of colour. Next I'm trying some of the Cascade Green with the Nickel Azo Yellow, and just watch what happens here. Look at that, the way they just spread together. I did end up ruining it. I don't know why I did that, but you see what I mean about just how these colours just work together so nicely. And now they have nearly dried. You can see the separation in all the pigments, and now they mix together, especially that Cascade Green. Look at that. Especially all of them, actually. Do you like granulation colours, or do you prefer more like single pigment flat colours? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. I don't know what it is. I just love texture. I always prefer working on a much rougher paper as well. And I just thought I would quickly show you as well the Misty Morning paint. I would like to do a painting with just this colour, to be honest. It's a beautiful light, like a periwinkle almost, and then when it separates there is like little elements of baby pink in there, and really light blue as well. It's just if I had to pick one watercolour that's my favourite ever colour, it's gonna be the Misty Morning by Szmal. And just before I leave you today, I just wanted to show you the other two colours that I decided to buy. So you might think that I'm wasting them here, and yes, I probably am. But they were coming out of the tube when I opened them, so I just thought I'll just squirt them on this paper and I can do a nice big swatch for you to see. So first of all, I've got the Buff Titanium by Daniel Smith, and it's such a natural colour. It's nice to mute different colours if you wanted to mix them, and also you can create like a little bit more pastel-y sort of colours as well, so that's really nice. It's a really good mixing colour. It's also a little bit more opaque than other watercolours that I've got, so I tend to use this quite a lot actually. I do have another pan that I've had for a while, so I'm glad to have bought myself a tube. And that light blue is called Manganese Blue Hue. Manganese, I think that's the way you say that. But yes, I wanted to add two more colours to my set, because I'm going to put all of these in the portable painter, and I wanted two colours that I really thought were missing in the Haines set of 10, so I went with these two. And now I'm just showing you how you can mix some of that Buff Titanium with these two colours. You can mix it with the blue to make a bit more of a tealy blue, and with the pink to make more of a peachy pink. I definitely need to have a bit more of a play with these colours just to see what they can do. And one quick thing, I have included affiliate links for all of the supplies I've used in today's video in the description. So if you decide to purchase any of these art supplies, then I will get a small percentage of the order, but it won't cost you any more. So thanks for supporting my addiction. And this is just another few couple, as a way to say that. Another more... Look, you get the gist. There's some mixes and I hope you like them. I think I should probably end this video right here. So this is the colours. They are all pretty much dry here, so you can see just how they look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment, give it a like, and maybe even a share if you've got some other watercolour friends that enjoy watching swatching videos. If you'd like me to make more watercolour videos, let me know, because that's something I would really like to do. So yeah, okay, that's the end of it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!